How's it going, everyone? We've got some absolutely insane PlayStation 5 game deals to go over in this video. One deal in particular I just think is ridiculous. I thought the Black Friday deal was already insane, but how about getting it even better because it is now at a deeper discount, which I know some people are going to be annoyed about because they spent the $30 on the game and now it's available for $25. Them's the breaks. That's how this game is played. You know, it is what it is, but let's get right into it. A Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is down to $25. Guys, this game came out like 3.5 months ago, and I was not expecting it to get this cheap. Honestly, when the game was down to $49.99 at Best Buy, when like Black Friday was kinda kicking off, I was like, hey, that's a pretty good deal for Delta Snake Eater, and I think a lot of people picked it up for $50. Then Walmart came in, and they slashed the game down to $30, and I think people were like, what the hell, as far as that price point was concerned, but we did see that last year with the Silent Hill 2 remake, actually, where Walmart came in and slashed that game's price down to $30. I would say that Metal Gear as a franchise is bigger than Silent Hill, but, you know, it being down to $30 was already nuts. Now, it's down to $25. This is an insane deal, and I kind of get why people would be apprehensive to pick this game up for $70 at launch. MGS3 is one of my favorite games of all time. I think the game is absolutely tremendous, but it is a shorter game. You can complete it in 15 or so hours. It's an incredible game that I think the design is remarkable, and I think there's a good bit of replayability, and I would rather a compact, well-done, linear game like MGS Delta Snake Eater is, rather than something that's bloated, because I'll go back and I'll play Delta Snake Eater for years and years and years, whereas, you know, if this game was bloated with a lot of additional content, I may not do that, but you know, some people didn't want to spend the $70 for the game, and I get it, $70 is a hard sell, but at $25, this deal is actually just ridiculous. The value is crazy. It's a phenomenal game. The remake is great. Snake Eater, the song, is still one of the goated songs in gaming history, and yes, I'm gonna bring that up every time. The ladder section in this game lives rent-free in my head, and it's just a phenomenal game. One of the best boss battles to, you know, conclude the game as well. It's just a tremendous game, you guys, and you don't need to play the other Metal Gear games to enjoy Delta Snake Eater. This is a prequel to Metal Gear Solid 1, so definitely a worthwhile game that I would highly recommend, and at $25, I mean, this is a no-brainer. It's literally damn near a third of its cost, and it came out 3.5 months ago. Like, this is why some people don't buy games at launch, but I think this goes to show Konami games are the ones that do go on sale fairly quickly. Add Konami to the publishers like Sega. I've noticed it with Sega as well. A lot of their games go on sale very, very quickly, especially during the holiday period where games come out in August, September, and then, you know, Black Friday and the holidays are only a couple months away. You just gotta wait that couple months, and a lot of the times you can get some great deals. Obviously, there are gonna be the publishers like the Sony first-party games and whatnot that the games do hold up in price on, but, you know, it's good to know the publishers, to be aware of them. Hey, their games are probably gonna hit the bargain bin pretty quickly, and I don't want to say $25 is the bargain bin, but for a game that came out 3.5 months ago, again, it's pretty ridiculous. Also, Monster Hunter Wilds is $25, another phenomenal deal. Now, it's not as new as Delta Snake Eater, but the game did come out this year. I get that the game had its fair share of criticism, and I can totally understand why. The technical shortcomings in the game and the content rollout in the game, I know a lot of people haven't been crazy about, but I feel like the Monster Hunter gameplay loop is still always fairly enjoyable. Like, if you're not into Monster Hunter, it is what it is, but I think Monster Hunter Wilds is still a pretty fun time, all things considered, and I certainly think you can have some good times with it. For 25 bucks, I think it's a good pickup. I'm not gonna go as crazy for this deal as I will for Delta Snake Eater, because Monster Hunter came out back in February, and, you know, Metal Gear came out in August, so you know, it's about time for it to get cheaper and cheaper, but at some point, if you do really want to play the long game, chances are Monster Hunter Wilds is going to get some sort of expansion, much like Monster Hunter World got with Iceborne, much like Rise got with Sunbreak. Wilds will probably get some sort of expansion, and then they'll have a complete edition. So if you really want to play the long game, you know, 2 to 3 years from now, you might be getting a far better deal on this, so bear that in mind as well. Silent Hill 2, the remake, I mean, this is down to $30, and this has been holding up in price far more so than than Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. It hit $30 last year, but it really hasn't gotten much cheaper than that, so you know, the Silent Hill 2 remake is great if you want to check it out. It's a good pickup, and yeah, great horror game here if you want a ground-up remake of Silent Hill 2. Good to see Silent Hill back in the limelight a little bit as well after Silent Hill F came out as well. And Silent Hill F has been holding up a little bit. The cheapest we've seen that for has been like $45, but that's still a relatively decent discount for a game that came out back in September. Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 physical copy of that is $30. This game kind of hit that $30 price threshold and hasn't gotten much cheaper since then. They have been doing a good job of rolling out consistent content updates for this game, so shout out to them. I've talked about this game ad nauseum, but I think it's a great homage to like 360 era shooters, you know, games akin to Gears of War, games akin to those like just over-the-top action-heavy shooters from back in the day. It's a third-person shooter, and it's got a lot of chaos, it's got a lot of great gameplay. Definitely recommend it. I'm not really into the Warhammer lore, so I'm not going to get into it from that standpoint, but from a gameplay standpoint, I think it's great. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is $30, a game that a lot of people think got robbed for Game of the Year. I think it's a very, very well-designed RPG, and like I've said before, it's a game that absolutely is not for everybody, but the people that it is for, they are going to absolutely love this game, and it's going to be one of their favorite games, not only of the year, but maybe of all time. The people that I've talked to that have really gotten into this game, that's how they feel about it. The design in this game is incredible. How this game leaves you to your own devices, it's remarkable in that regard, but you just got to keep in mind that the combat isn't going to be the most engaging thing in the world for a lot of people, and I would say the idea of leaving you to your own devices, some people will get really into that, other people that won't be something that they really enjoy, so really it comes down to that. But for $30, I think that's a great deal, definitely a good pickup there. Then we do have Digimon Story Time Stranger. That is $49.99 at Best Buy. I mean, I've really enjoyed this game. I completed it. I got every single trophy in the game outside of starting New Game Plus and then beating the game on Mega Plus. Honestly, I'm a little bit old and washed up for that. I don't think I'm gonna be doing that. Maybe sometime down the line if I really want that Platinum Trophy, but the game already got like 55 hours out of me. I don't want to drop another however many hours to beat the game on Mega Plus right now. But, you know, the game is great. I had a great time with it. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Some of the side content is just an atrocity in this game. Some of the dungeon design isn't great, but the core of the game, the narrative, the gameplay, most of the dungeons and the locales, I think is so well done. I would put it in like the 8 out of 10 range, like around that range. And I think that's really good. The game just cracked 1 million copies sold, so shout out to Bandai Namco for that, but it's a really, really good game. And if you're remotely a fan of Digimon, obviously you probably already picked the game up, but if you're just a fan of JRPGs, I think you'll enjoy it quite a lot. And narratively, man, this game gets pretty dark. I know Digimon has a track record of getting a little bit dark, but Time Stranger gets a little, it gets fairly dark, and I think a lot of people will appreciate that if you've been playing like Pokemon for a long time and you want to get something that's a little bit different. Digimon Story Time Stranger is a great deal, and I'll just say this, I think the Digimon's voice acting is quite good in this game as well, so $49.99 on that, I think that's a good pickup. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is $30, which I think is a pretty good pickup. Obviously, the game does have a bit of DLC, quite a lot of DLC, but yeah, I had fun with Sparking Zero. I know some people aren't crazy about, you know, this game from a longevity standpoint, etc. Dude, I just wanted wild battles to have with my boys in this game. When they're over, you got a campaign component with quite a lot of content. I think it's a pretty good shout for 30 bucks, so check that out. Tales of Xillia Remastered is $30 as well. That just came out. I beat it, thought it was good. You know, not my favorite Tales of game, but still a pretty darn good title, and for 30 bucks, I definitely think that's a good pickup. But mainly wanted to highlight Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, as I think that deal is absolutely outrageously insane. $25 for that is ridiculous, and a lot of great deals across the board as far as that's concerned. So links to everything as always in the description box below. That's gonna do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.